Okay. I think I'm on, I think I'm in. That's what she said. Anyway. Anyway. It's been a while since I played Genshin. Actually. Let me check something. Because I feel like... uploaded. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. I thought I didn't upload a stream.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me.
We will start with doing this. And I won't lie, I'm kind of sleepy.
Come with me. Let us find shelter from the rain.
Oh,
a
lovely.
blade embraces its beauty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
So good. Yes, the grass poking through the stairs is a great touch. I feel like I can't use anyone else, huh? I can't use anyone else, eh? Okay, select different paths and defeat opponents along them. After you complete the challenge, you can obtain artifact points, artifact experience, and other buffs.
I'll catch up. Steadiness. Oz, reveal thyself. Time to clean up.
Oh, I can get more characters. Okay, lovely. I feel like I will make good use of... And... Can I?
Someone needs assistance.
What the fuck?
Kamisato up. Suiyu.
By royal decree.
Fucking took him a moment.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Be still.
No, fucking one of each. Okay.
Prepare for a target practice.
Just like we rehearsed.
Mind the deluge. Cascade.
Raptor, Your coming was foretold. For the eternal oasis!
Lord of Sand.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Leave it all to me.
Solid Emma, help! On, rebuke.
Be still.
Oh, I have nothing equipped. I just bought everything and equipped nothing. Okay, fuck it. Just whatever. Just give me things. Okay. Okay, I need to let him tie himself out. Okay, no.
Depth back.
By Royal.
Cascade.
Yep. Very good. Very good. Leave it on me. Second to last. And tomorrow is the last one. Still probably better build than mine. Obtain coins, dodging attacks. Let's go.
Right. This moment will be frozen in time.
Oh Jesus. Didn't even get hit once. I'm that good. I'm that good. I'm just built different.
Get him.
Ah, fuck.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Oh, what the fuck is
I'll
this?
race you there.
I'm pretty amazing. I'm pretty fucking cool. Okay. Yeah. How much left? 2 days. Christ. Oh, and in 2 days. Okay. Fine. I have one. Ah, might as well. Might as well use it. Single wish. Come on. Fuck you. Useless our wishes. What's my pity on things anyway? 10, 20, 30, 36. Weapon. 10, 20, 30, 36. And permawish. 10, 20, 21, 22. Okay. No, I'm close by. I can just walk there. We'll do Baizhu's thing today. I smell food. It doesn't smell good. Yeah, it's not smelling great. Okay. But you know how it is. Even when it doesn't smell good, you gotta be, oh mom, that's amazing. I love it. You're the best. It was delicious. And so on and so forth. You know, them the rules. Damn the rules. Look at that asshole over there. We're freaking doing magic spells. Hey, magic man.
Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate. I'll protect us. My apologies.
Confess!
Come on.
Truth hurts!
Wow, I spaced out there for a minute. Like, oh my god. I was just somewhere else.
Have you ever heard of the case of the vengeful spirit of Dragonspine? It all happened on a dark, snowy night, long ago.
Tell me more. You start talking about freaking vengeful spirit of Dragonspine and you don't finish? I was half expecting him to talk about Eula, that people could hear a voice in the middle of night in a snowstorm. They're calling, "I will have my revenge. Vengeance will be mine." And then loud crashings. That's what I would do.
Take flight. Rain outlines your.
Hey, asshole.
Apologies. Time to act. Rain cutter. Kamisato art. Sumetsu.
this the smell of food is a bit overwhelming. Oh my. So,
There's a pleasant breeze and glorious sunshine.
sure.
So, where shall we go for a walk?
I have ordered the new waifu cup shaker from Gamer Subs. I was there refreshing the page, waiting for the drop, and I got it immediately. Might have been one of the first people to buy it, if not the first. But the flowers I trimmed don't stay fresh for long. Oh, you want me to bury them in Dragon's Paw? So people about Mr. Said, you know, he's right, he's a researcher. He was using containers to store the flowers before placing the container in new blocks of ice. He also mentioned that he did some experiments to, oh, we did that before. Where should I bury them? God damn it, I was just enjoying Spine. But yeah, I might have been one of the first people, if not the first person, that bought the new one and the new one.
Snow that once adorned the world in silver, thaws to reveal the gleam of the fruit upon frost-laden branches. How picturesque. Only some tea would make the setting more complete.
Okay. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by freaking her. I got the succubus one. It's so pretty. It's unbelievable. It's just, oh come on!
Take flight.
I specifically dodged people not to have to fight. Yeah. So I ordered like 2 tabs, two tabs and a pack of stickers like 6 days before ordering the cup, and it's still not shipped from what the tracking number tells me. It's in the same stage of shipment as the cup that was bought 2 days ago.
Thank you for
So I'm assuming they will get all shipped out on the same day, and even though I ordered them a week apart from each other, but nearly, they're gonna get shipped together. So on one hand, it's kind of like, come on, but on the other hand, it's good because I'll get all of it together. Well, no one's watching. Absolutely 0 people are watching. Anyway, we have some quests that are mostly in the desert. I'm so tired of the desert. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm tired of the desert. I don't want to go to the desert anymore, Mom. I would take Chi-Chi. But I don't have Chi-Chi.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Why is there this weird aura around them?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because...
Why is there an aura around them?
Hi, Gray. What's going on? Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
Jesus Christ.
Ah, you've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your
Okay.
dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Oh, believe me, that's not that hard.
My dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went
Dead.
out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Ride, so I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there?
It must mean
When we got
Baizhu.
to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millelith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone. I asked the Millelith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I could ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Well, we can't find my brother, so I don't really know if that's...
Changshan can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog.
Hey,
Ooh,
who's talking about me behind my back?
why is her
Chang,
delivery
Chi-Chi
like
meant
that?
that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are
Are
you
you
Uncle
Uncle
Baizhu?
Baizhu? Uncle.
Uncle Baizhu?
Chung-Shung, now's not the time.
Chang Shang.
My dear boy, could you tell me
Did they
more about
switch
your father's
eyes?
condition? As much as you can recall.
Like, the snake
Yes,
has
Uncle.
human eyes, and
Dr. Baizhu.
and Baizhu has snake eyes. Like, why? Did they switch eyes?
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Ride. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is. Do you know my mom, Dr. Baizhu?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of
He
mine.
sounds so queen.
So I would very much like to assist with the search. Would
So-
the two of you have time to join me?
So,
We
yes.
already told Ayu that we'd help.
I love him.
Oh,
I love them
really?
all.
Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
Okay,
Thank you.
genuinely.
Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy.
Like, I've been looking up her work, and she's done a good work. What is with her delivery here? Like, I understand she's a zombie. I understand she has problems with memory and things like that. But why does her delivery sound like a plank of wood come alive? Just it's so stiff. It's painful and just so long in places it doesn't need to be. I really don't understand. I want to like Chi-Chi, and I like Chi-Chi, but I want to love her like I love all these characters. But this voice acting is making it difficult. Like, it's genuinely making it difficult. Like, did the director like this? Was it her choice? Like, what was going on here? Why is her voice acting so stale?
Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millelith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
Jingle, 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 jangle. Jingle, jangle, jingle, jangle. I hope people realize I'm in a skin because I paid for it.
We searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
You have the people.
Excuse
I'm
me,
the
sirs.
people.
Have you found out
I'm
anything
whole
about my
three
dad
people.
yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy.
2.5.
Baizhu. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness.
Such a queen.
We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the
Why does
crossing
he
up
sound like
ahead said they
Sino?
hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Gwali Plains.
What?
But it is possible that he
Why
was
does he
bound
sound
for
like
Luhua
Sino?
Pool.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
We'll take that area.
You will? Oh,
Saishu.
great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
Well, 1 second. I need to look who voices him. Saishun.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. A
Fucking
blade is like a tea leaf. Only
search,
those who
find on
sample it many
page.
times can appreciate its
Sai
true
Shun.
qualities.
Not Shin, Shun.
A blade embraces
It's
its
giving me a
duty,
list of
as
the
a jeweler
of the
cherishes
main
their
ones.
gems.
It's giving me, it's actually giving me the dialogues, but it's not telling me who voices this boy. Sai Shun, Sai Li. Nothing. Yeah, idle quotes. Language. French. God, fucking, who voices him?
I'm afraid we have to stay at our posts, so we won't be able to join you in the search.
He sounds like Sino. He sounds like Sino. That I don't care. I don't care. It's Alejandro. It's Alejandro. I don't care. And I don't care if anyone will ever come to me with like concrete evidence. It's not him. Or the person who's voicing will be like, no, I'm not Alejandro. I don't care. It's Alejandro. It's fucking Sino. It's genuine. Alright, goddamn it. I need to quit my job. I genuinely need to quit my day job. Ooh. Hello, people. Forgot there are stairs here.
Dad! Dad!
Oh, look, there's
can
a
you hear
dude.
me?
Look, there's a
There's
dude.
somebody over there!
Ah, I wanted to punch him off the cliff.
Oh no! It's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Jesus Christ.
Watch where you're going!
Hu Tao.
Dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you need to hasten the inevitable. Are you
God.
alright?
Like, bruh, I will gladly bury you, but don't kill yourself for it.
Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hu Tao!
My, who do we have here? It's the traveler in Paimon.
No matter where I turn in Liyue.
My worst nightmare.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Hu, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay?
Bruh.
Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
You're... you? Who am I?
Your name is Jiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingse village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Gee.
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm Jia Liang, and I need to see the doctor.
Bro, twice in a row, these missions are making me sad.
Why do I need to see the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Huh? Why not? What's the problem?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
Ooh.
Use
Ooh.
what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
What's going on here?
There are traces of god remains in Jia Liang's system.
What?
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
There are traces of God remains in his system. Zhongli just in the man and he forgot his own name. That was so good, the man forgot who he was. Child had to leave Leo, and so Zhongli found a toy on the side. Oh, busted a nut so hard. He gave him amnesia. Oh my god.
Paimon, sorry. What?
God remains?
You up your ass.
There's no need to worry, Director Hu. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, It was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Her great uncle was a
Merely
doctor.
to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jialiang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great-uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
Thanks, girl.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Yeah, we do
time
make
is of
things
the
easy.
essence. Let's get ourselves back to
For
Boo Boo
everyone but
Pharmacy at
ourselves.
once. Blockages within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
You are still
So
little.
It's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Hu, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
She looks so
However,
dark.
It would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
Bro, why is Hu Tao so like...
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Changcheng.
This is like a first
Bye
time.
for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
Bro, like what the fuck?
All's well that ends well, huh?
Did that end well?
You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like? Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baizhu's busy treating Ayu's dad.
What I am most curious about is this pure hostility from Hu Tao towards Baizhu. Like at first I was like, oh yeah, it's fucking like, oh there she is. Like oh, like it's a doctor in a funeral parlor. Like these two businesses are fighting each other for customers, and whoever he fails, she takes home. But
My apologies.
whoever he fails, she takes home, right?
Take flight.
None of this reasons, okay. But she's so hostile towards him. We haven't seen such hostility since Goro and Sarah, and those two were at war, so it's understandable. Now they're friends. But what the fuck is with Hu Tao and Baizhu?
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, You've got some questions for me.
Yes.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baizhu's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war.
Oh, that vaguely rings a bell.
Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Oh.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baizhu learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baizhu's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Okay.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baizhu's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead.
I mean, maybe he didn't
My
want to
grandpa
bury
had a
bodies
huge
but heal them.
argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Oh, that's sad.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change.
It is.
Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him.
Okay.
And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
Oh.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything.
Okay.
But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say. Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
Bro, what the fuck? Where is Chenyu Vale? Oh, is Chenyu Vale even on the map yet, or is this area that they're going to add later? We have Yili Plains, Kuiji Slope, Tiangshu Valley, Juan Changyu, Huo, Stone Forest, Akong, Qingse Village, Wuang Hill, Stone Gate, Salt Terrace, Wangshu Inn, Gili Plains, Guyun Stone Forest, Xingsu Pool, Glaze Peak, Lumber Pig Valley. It's not on the map. So Chenyu Vale is a place we haven't been to yet. So I'm assuming it's somewhere here. Like in this general area. Okay.
Never mind. tomorrow.
Wait. Wasn't the kid here with... Oh. Hello, Chichi.
Jiangli? Master? But more importantly, is you.
Oh, she's hiding from her.
I need to find a better hiding place.
Oh my god, she's hiding from Hu Tao. That's amazing. Okay. Where is Ayu? He was just standing there with...
I don't want to. It tastes gross.
Baizhu and Changsheng are treating Jialiang right now. Okay. I think I need to change my battery now. Anyway. Man, have you people seen the new figure for, like, not the action figure, not the display figure, the action figure for Spider-Punk from Across the Spider-Verse? It's such a good-looking figure. I want it immediately. Like, I want it in my life.
Dad!
Like, pause on this. I liked Spider-Punk. I always liked Hobby Brown. And in the comics, he's great, right? I love him in the comics. I love his relation with Miles. I love how these two have a trust in each other that we don't often see between other spiders. Like, we see trust between other spiders, but these two, like, immediately, like, my man, and going forward. My thing is, I never really liked that much Spider-Punk's design, because it's just a Spider UK outfit with a freaking with a freaking denim jacket, denim vest on top, and spikes on head. That's pretty much it. It's very simple. It's like someone didn't try hard enough on the design itself. Like, when it's stylized, when he's like super lanky and stuff, it looks good. I'm not saying it's a bad looking design. It's just simple. It's just simple. It's when you make a homeless Spider-Man by throwing freaking too large of a dirty jacket and some ripped pants on him, and now I have homeless Spider-Man. It's that level of design, just throwing something on top to make it different. But Hobie's in Across the Spider-Verse, it's still the Spider-Punk design like it should be, but it's so much more stylized. He's so lanky. He's not like super jacked, but he looks like a rock star. That's what he looks like. He looks like a rock star that just pulled on a mask and make his normal everyday outfit color themed. It looks so good. I love it, and the animation they do for him, it's gorgeous, just amazing, beautiful. In the first scene he shows up, it took me a moment to get used to what was going on because he was just flashing around on the screen, but once you catch it, it's just amazing. And they released this action figure for him along with everyone else for Across the Spider-Verse. He has his guitar in it. He has some extra effects on it. It's such a good looking figure. It's such a good looking figure. I love it. I want it. I need it. It's amazing. It's the Legends series. His eyes are so stylized. They're so because if you look at the arms, right? If you look at the arms, it looks like he's spray painted them or markered them. He has like like just fully red suit underneath, and he put a t-shirt on for the blue and a leather vest on top, which fits better than the denim vest, because the denim vest just blends in with the rest of the outfit, while this looks like an accessory rather than just part of the part of the costume. And the boots are so cool, like this is such a good design. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, it's amazing. I want it. I need it in my life. Just give it to me. Give it to me. Like, fuck, give me the whole line. Give me the whole line. Why is Peter's outfit the previous movie's outfit rather than new ones? Give me fucking Spider-Man in a goddamn... Why is there Prowler in this? Give me freaking Spider-Man in a bathrobe. In this pink bathrobe, like... Oh, another thing, I love how... I love how Penny built the new spider robot, and she made it Spider from the comics, which looks like a freaking Evangelion, which it was based around. The whole thing with her is that she's Shinjin. She's Shinjin. I love how her suit looks like the robot looks more like a Evangelion. Oh, I love it so much. I want to go see it again. Do I go today or tomorrow? If somebody comes to the chat, I'll ask them, and if they tell me today or tomorrow, I'll do that. Because they're screening in like an hour, and then at 8.
Are you?
I love
Dad,
Spider-Man.
you remember me?
Yes, I remember now. Oh, you, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Poczekaj. Bo jest dźwięk dialogi, a ty mi puszczasz wideo bez pytania. Pokaż. Jebany.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again?
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
It seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
To get him himself, didn't he?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jia Liang for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable.
Worse for wear. Probably took all of that bad stuff in.
I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baizhu, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Changsheng and myself for a moment.
Ooh.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now. But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there?
The person you don't know. Bread. It's bread.
Why did you follow us here?
I'm bread. Bready, bready, bread. Wait. Wait. I'm bread. I need to save that one. What was it called? That's me. That's me. Let me just favorite that real quick. I'm a bun. I'm a bun. I'm a bun. I'm a really tasty bun.
Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
Bro, COVID. Mask now.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baizhu did not cure Jia Liang's illness.
I imagine.
Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
I imagine something like that.
Can you please explain all of this?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jia Liang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from Jia Liang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baizhu's strange choice of a necklace.
What a
No,
burn.
I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin.
Fair
I
enough.
was treating patients with Baiju's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
I look even worse now than before.
Wait a sec. Hu Tao was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. Jiangsheng helps to keep my
I'm a
chi
bun,
in
I'm a bun.
balance,
I'm a
so
really
there is
tasty
no
bun.
great harm done.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body, and soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own.
Go on, Baizhu, let us help you.
Baizhu, don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
Yeah, what are
The
the next
poison in
steps?
Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it.
Oh my god, his wife poisoned him.
Yes, I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village.
Oh jeez,
Let's
that's
head
far.
there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jia Liang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple, Jiang Li.
Oh, a fellow disciple? The plot thickens. a bun. I'm already thirsty.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me.
Woo! Thread the fucking needle. Yeah, I seen a guy do that, hit his head, gave himself freaking short-term memory loss. Horrifying. Purely horrifying. I don't wish that on anyone. Short-term memory loss is a nightmare. It's a nightmare you don't even know you live in. It's a nightmare you have to learn you live in every day, again and again. I don't wish that on anyone. Those were my tits.
There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
True.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa Village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiangli was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about Jiangli? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result,
How old
the
are
time
you?
I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang. Wait, Changxiang, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiangli did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened?
Your master seemed to be fighting with fucking everyone.
I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiangli or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
Good man.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baizhu. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What the? Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Jiangli has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Give me 1 second, I...
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
Give me a second, I have a thing here. Which I never noticed.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
I should leave that. Several things. Several faint marks can be seen on the pillar. Maybe it was used to record Ayu's height as he grew up. There is some faded writing in the bottom mark. The more quickly Ai grows up, the sooner can leave. Judging by the number of marks on the pillar, the family has had a scheduled existence here for many, many years. The firewood is neatly stacked, and the logs were cut with great power and precision. Whoever chopped the firewood must have been physically fit. Some logs at the bottom of the pile have begun to rot. It must have been a while since any new wood has been added to the pile. Some roof tiles broke. Mom and I tried to get up and take a look, but we didn't manage. Luckily, Dad was able to fix them in no time. The dinner table was a bit wobbly today. When we sat down to eat, Dad tried to fix it but ended up breaking one of the legs by accident. That's forgetting things again. I'll have to write it all down for now and read it back to him when he's feeling a bit better.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick! What is this?
Chung Shung and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
God remains.
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it? Breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive.
What the fuck?
Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
What the fuck?
Call of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran...
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient. The mother lode.
Damn.
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jialiang? Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden?
I'm thinking about his
Since
wife.
this poison was carefully hidden away in this secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house. You mean Jialiang? Why would he poison himself? Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here. and who might have expertise in crafting drugs. Huh? So you're saying it was Jiang Li?
It finally got to her.
But
Good
that
job,
doesn't make any
Paimon.
sense either. Why would she poison her own husband?
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
True.
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery. Yes. According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor loads will disappear if the mother load is purged.
Ah, lovely.
So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jia Liang's system without the need for any further treatment. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time.
Jesus.
Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this? Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa, what? Enter a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon.
It does.
Plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach. Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing! Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face?
Has a weak constitution. And didn't his master pass away at an early age?
Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baizhu, you're Mannequin Man! Changsheng, you're just a pain in the neck! This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
Yes.
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk.
Actually.
What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Zhao!
If you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
Zhao!
You called?
Oh my god, this boy's such a simp.
Gets Paimon every time. Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baizhu of Bubu Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
Huh? You two already know each other?
When did they meet? I
Our
don't
paths
remember.
have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me?
So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know who is sick. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Jinxa village. A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis. The land was finally cleansed of poison, and Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Jinxa village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the... I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary. But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again.
I love how we have Zhao on speed dial.
Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions.
He has the same eyes as Baizhu.
Immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words.
They even have the same eyeliner.
Farewell.
Why does Zhao and Baizhu have literally the same eyes?
What a strange adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them. That's Zhao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
Master! Master, there's a problem.
Gui? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath and tell me everything.
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
Good thing we can teleport, man. Because I don't want to run like that little bitch. Boo Boo Pharmacy! Let's go!
Dad, what's wrong? Dad?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baizhu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baizhu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jiaoliang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
We're working on it.
He's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he? Is there really no other way to save Jiaoliang?
I didn't know I can climb here. Ding-a-ling-a-ding-a-ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling everywhere. Yow. Ah, look at that. It's Inazuma. We're
How
back.
are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baizhu? I still haven't had a chance to thank him. Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row.
You wouldn't know it.
I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiangli once we find her. Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to rely on you this time. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baizhu in person once he's finished resting.
Traveler, Baizhu hasn't shown his face ever since he went into
Let's go check on him.
Huh? Hey!
Huh?
Oh, I Baizhu.
You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiangli's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baizhu's gonna nap for?
I don't
We've
care.
been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Jesus Christ, children. I have a playground outside my window.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just...
Nah.
Who's talking behind our backs again?
Ah, pain in the neck. Mannequin man.
Baizhu! Changsha!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But, with Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment. And as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition.
Oh.
Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs.
So his wife
Though
was
it was
using...
created from God remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiangli had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiangli has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiangli has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Jiangli would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiangli is. Her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am...
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
It's Jialiang! Don't tell
Bruh.
Paimon you overheard everything already.
Took her a moment.
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiangli's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Boy. Boy, stop.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and
Safety.
rest.
You should stay here
No, we're out of time.
and rest.
We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it?
Oh.
There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very
Bruh.
well. Then follow me.
Bruh.
Dr. Baizhu, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baizhu?
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself
Aw.
again.
Okay.
Aww. Okay. We're doing a short pause. I need to bring food. Okay. So, we'll kind of speed run this. Hootie? Hootie Hoot? Who was calling Hu Tao Hootie? Oh, I remember. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry your pretty heads about it. I remember now. It's my burden to bear. Stupid fucking pig. Who put you here? Some asshole, that's who. Ooh. Ooh. I wonder if that was audible. There's not even a path. Was this always here? Genuinely, was this always here? Or was this added?
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
Follow it.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way.
We'll find his wife dead, he will die, I will just...
This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
Was this always here?
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I
think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me. Then let's hurry.
Oh, come on. Is this even a team? No, it's not. Diluc Vaporize. So we'll have Baizhu with us, so we can leave the Dendro out. What we'll take? We will take... Oh, bro, that's hard. We'll give it a shot. Okay, we'll give it a fair shake of the stick.
The campaign begins.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead? The
I don't.
digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel.
Was this place always here? Genuinely, I'll have to look it up.
Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
judging by the tools they left behind.
I feel like this was
it's
never
certainly
here.
a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even...
I remember now. She took me, but she said that the method would cause me to,
Easy, Jialiang.
So cool.
There is no escape!
crumble!
The doctor was sealed. Fuse is lit. Be gone!
Illusion shattered!
Gather!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense?
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiang Li. Yes, this was the place.
Okay, dude.
This is where I told Jiang Li to give me the poison.
Yeah, so you knew she poisoned you.
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it.
We'll find her dead, won't we? Five is so far away to click. What's his charge? Oh, it's kind of cool. Yeah. It's two symbols. Okay.
I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Jesus Christ. Mouse, please.
Aha! We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Bruh.
Mindless side effects.
There is no escape!
The doctor was... Here come the fireworks! Time for a light show! That didn't count!
Solidify!
Mind the side effects.
Going down.
Yes, I know. You think why I did that game?
The doctor will see you now.
He goes. Ah, big thing.
Jiangli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back. A bitter pill to swallow.
Illusion shattered.
Gather.
Oh,
Dr. Baizhu, how serious is it?
she did.
Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away!
Agreed.
It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baizhu said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working... Oh no.
Yep.
Are you saying...
Indeed.
It's one or the other.
If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, we can't just give up on him! Baizhu, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it.
Wait, her eyes. She has the same eyeshadow as
Baizhu.
Baizhu.
Give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baizhu, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance. Not only would Jiang Li have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago.
Jesus.
The fact that I've been around to see you grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring Jiang Li back, then even if I die...
Jesus.
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baizhu, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together. Just a moment. That's all.
Bruh.
Of course.
Man.
Thank you, everyone.
One hard
sorry that
story after another.
I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Jialiang, Baizhu, Changsheng, is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiang Li will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiang Li would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiang Li risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself.
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
That was easy.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch Ayu grow up.
Bruh.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad.
Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now?
She looks like Yina.
The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have.
She doesn't have the eyes, but she does have a shadow around.
Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
Jialiang. 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 Jialiang.
Dad,
Ooh.
are you awake?
Is it happy?
Jiangli, are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are...
Oh my god, they brought him as a zombie.
How does it feel to come back to life?
They brought him as a zombie.
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I am as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in
Ruining my
progress that
business.
hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jialiang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them.
You know what?
And even this
That's
would have
it.
counted
That's
for
the
nothing
Spider-Man
without
thing.
Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jialiang to show us the way before we set off for Qingsa village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiangli in time.
I knew someone
No
was
wonder
this.
he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. Baizhu's attention.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
All I
Do
wanted
snakes
was to have
have-
Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be.
Do snakes have good sense of smell? I thought they had horrible sense of smell. I have to Google this now. She was just trying to save herself some work for later. Snake sense of smell. Snakes have a special supercharged smell sensor called the Jacobon's organ. So, do snakes have like a really good sense of smell? Most snakes have an excellent sense of smell. In part to make up for the poor eyesight and limited hearing. Holy fuck.
Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
Dude, your dad's dead. There's nothing to cure, he's just dead.
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng Funeral Parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Is she finally gone?
God. Chi-Chi just scared of getting buried.
Yes, Paimon. We should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion. At times times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and Ayu around the dinner table.
It was a hard one meal.
Hey, Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some
Oh, wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
My man.
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Oh. By the way, this person that's viewing, if you're still there, I have a question. I said that earlier. If somebody pops up, I'll ask them, should I go to watch Spider-Verse today or tomorrow? I've seen it already. I just want to go watch it again. Where are you, woman?
The doctor will see you now.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Sperms. Oh. Tell me, you're a zombie too. Can we move? Can we move? Jesus Christ. I hate that she's walking slightly faster than me. Why make him walk slightly faster than you? Just give us the same speed. That's all you have to do. Okay.
I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days. Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Ooh.
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Is Baizhu a
This
zombie?
isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases. When I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have... What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you for this.
Yeah, you're not.
The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. And I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then you tried the poison on yourself too. It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
I
We
mean,
are
that's the
doctors,
hero's lie.
Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changshang to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that some of them I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
No.
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Hey, food's ready!
Bruh.
Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes and said even Dad'll be able to taste them. Come and try them out.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Bruh, how is Baizhu more of a Spider-Man than Miguel?
Baizhu,
What the fuck?
what did Jiang Li mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Zhang Li's master, has passed away at a young age. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
It is a very long story.
So, I was bitten by a radioactive
Long
spider.
ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly
like
for many
Baizhu.
years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is, until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
So, Baizhu, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, or Jiang Li grieved over Jia Liang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison poison? And what makes a disease a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body?
I mean, difference between
If
poison
disease is
and
defined
cure
as
is
deviation
very
from
small.
normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Changsheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it? Precisely. I will be Changsheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the
Fascinating.
gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baizhu.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baizhu, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut milk for Changsheng and Paimon. Okay, fine. Let's go grab
My
some
cocoa
food.
goat.
Paimon has a bunch of burning questions. chickens, but they can wait till after we've eaten.
Leave some grub for me. Let's go.
I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
Agreed.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
Again, how is Baizhu more of a Spider-Man than freaking than freaking this Miguel? He gets it. Like, yeah, we're risking, but we have to save others. We can't just let it be. Like, he gets it. He gets it. Even though we're risking a lot, you have to try to save everyone. Because with great power comes great responsibility. Like, how does Baizhu get it better than Miguel? I know I've said before that should I go today or tomorrow to watch it again, but I might just end up going today and tomorrow. It's such a good movie. Such a good movie. Miles is such a Spider-Man. Damn. Okay. I think that's enough for now. I'll see you people later. Bye.